Yo guys, what's going on? My name is Ryan and welcome back to a brand new video on HMS GP News. Today we're going through the Moto2 2018 rider lineup. We have had the MotoGP and then also the Moto3 lineups up on the channel. So guys, if you have missed that video, make sure you go down in the description below and I will leave a link to both of them videos where you can basically go through and check out what is happening throughout the classes in the MotoGP 2018 season. So in today's video, obviously title, and as I've said already, we're going through the Moto2 rider lineup. We're going to start off with the CGBM Evolution team, and that is basically going to be Sam Lowes and Iker Lecuona, and they will be riding a KTM chassis. Obviously Sam Lowes came into the championship in Moto2 in 2014 with the speed up, then did another year with speed up in 2015 before moving to Gresini in 2016, and then Aprilia in MotoGP 2017, and obviously now he's going back into the Moto2 class to do it all again and see what he can do. Hopefully this year he can win, well, next year he can win the championship just for his confidence. And it's going to be tough, but I don't see why not. Iker Lecuona obviously came in actually in 2016 as a replacement rider at Silverstone, and then he crashed twice, if I'm not mistaken, in that race. And then he got another chance for the whole season in 2017. He's had some injuries, but he's not really impressed. And like I said, them guys will be running on a KTM for next season. In the Dynavolt Intact GP, all stays the same. They're running suitors. Marcel Schrotter is their lead rider, and he will be partnering for 2018 Javi Vierge. Javi Vierge has had such a strong season on the Tech 3 this year, getting a second place in Japan as well, and also so many top 5s and top 10s throughout the year. He's been really impressive, and he will be on the Dynavolt Intact GP Suitor next year alongside Marcel Schrotter. Forward Racing have two brand new riders for the 2018 season. One of them is the VR46 Academy rider, current Sky rider Stefano Manzi, who will leave the Sky team and move over to Forward Racing, which we've seen in the past. It has been a bit of a second Sky team. It has been the majority being filled out by the Academy rider, but actually this time he will be joined by CEV champion Eric Granado. Eric Granado, the Brazilian, will be jumping up from the CEV back into Moto2 with the Forward Racing team, and hopefully next year on the Calyx, them two will be able to have a good season. I mean, we've seen towards the end of the year, Stefano Manzi kind of, show what he can do, really. I mean, Silverstone, he had a good ride. He was going well in Malaysia before he crashed. So it's definitely going to be good to see them two and see what they can do in the 2018 season. Now, Kiefer Racing, there was a bit of talk actually after Malaysia, after the sad passing of Stefan Kiefer, the team over there, that maybe they would pull out, but they have not. It's going to be Dominic Agata who will remain in the team, and unfortunately Taryn McKenzie, he had to pay for his ride, and he said it would have cost him his whole house and everything, so he has decided to leave that team. And the Sandro Cortese, who obviously is left Dynavolt to make way for Eric Granado, he will be on the Kiefer Racing KTM next year, so that's a big decision as well, to switch from Suter to KTM for the team, and also Cortese. So Agata and Cortese in Kiefer Racing on the KTM next season. The Sky Racing VR46 team has one change once again, as Manzi left, and that is going to be filled by Luca Marini, who obviously is Valentino Rossi's half-brother. So yeah, that might be a little bit of a way in for him, and he will be partnering the Rookie of the Year in 2017, and my personal Rookie of the Year anyway, Francesco Bagnaia. He has done absolutely awesome in the Moto2 class. He has absolutely outshone. He's got podiums, front rows, and he's done really well in his first year with Sky. So he's definitely going to be a threat for next season in the championship, alongside these two guys in the Estrella Galicia Mark VDS. These guys will definitely be fighting for the championship as well. Johan Mir, the Moto3 champion, moves up into that team to replace Morbidelli, who makes his way up into MotoGP, and the Moto3 champion will be actually partnering once again Alex Marquez, who stays in that team. Alex Marquez will remain in the Estrella Galicia Mark VDS squad. So two brand new riders together in a team. It should be interesting to see how they get on and see what they can do. I mean, Alex Marquez is going to obviously be strong like he has done this year. And Johan Mir, I think he's going to do a Bagnaia. Personally, I think he's going to be very fast right from the first day out on the bike. Now, the Red Bull KTM team have had an absolutely incredible end to the season. They've just shot up 2 wins in the last 3 races for the KTM team. In Phillip Island, a 1-2, and then also a 1-2 in Sepang as well. Miguel Oliveira and Brad Binder, that's who I'm talking about, they will be staying for the 2018 season. And obviously Brad Binder's been absolutely riddled with injuries this year. He's had a broken arm, operated it, didn't work, operated it again. I think he's had about 3 operations on his arm, and finally he's back to full fitness. And like I said, he's got 2 second positions in the last 3 races behind his teammate Miguel Oliveira. So KTM have come on absolutely massively recently, and it's going to be interesting to see whether or not they can carry that to get the final 3 wins of the season in Valencia this weekend. A brand new team in Moto2, and that comes from the Marinelli River Gold Snipers. They are moving up into Moto2 on the Kalex with Romano Fenati. So one-man band for the 2018 season is Romano Fenati. But yeah, I definitely think Moto2 is going to be up his street. You know, the way the bike is, the way you have to ride the bikes, be very aggressive. That has Fenati written all over it for me. So I think Fenati is going to do well next year. Watch out for him. It might take him a bit of time to get up to speed, but I definitely think Fenati by middle of the season he will be fighting for top 5s, maybe even podiums. But honestly, Fenati, I'm looking forward to seeing him on a Moto2 bike for sure. The Pons HP 40 team will also have 2 brand new riders for 2018, as Edgar Pons and Quartararo, they've gone their own separate ways, and they will be replaced by Lorenzo Baldassari, who currently rides for Forward, and then also MotoGP rider at the moment, Hector Barbera, who kind of had to make way for Javier Simeon's wallet. So yeah, Pons HP 40, 2 brand new riders. You can almost bet that Barbera and Baldassari will be at the front. Baldassari's had a little bit of a rough season this year, but I reckon he will get it together for next season. And obviously Hector Barbera as well, I reckon he'll be quite strong on the Moto2 bike. Speed Up Racing has Danny Kent back in the Moto2 class for 2018. We did do a video on that when that was announced. Danny Kent back in the Moto2 class for 2018 alongside Frenchman Fabio Quartararo. Obviously he's left the Kalex Pons team to go over to Speed Up, and he will be obviously riding the Speed Up next season. What I think about that, Danny Kent, is good to have him back. Whether or not he will be in the fight for the championship, we'll have to wait and see. Whether or not he stays the year, we'll have to wait and see. And it should be a good year for Speed Up. They've had a little bit of a rough season with Axel Bassani leaving, and now they've got they had Ricky Cardus in, and now they have Augusto Fernandez in for the 2017 season. So there's been a bit of a mix-up there, really, with people leaving and whatnot. But then they had also, they've got Corsi as well, which is a little bit of a crasher, to be honest. And he's not made many friends in the paddock, taking a few people out this year. So maybe a bit of a fresh, rider lineup for Speed Up could maybe do them good. You never know, they could bring them back to when Sam Lowes was on it, fighting for victories and podiums. So it should be good to see Speed Up hopefully back up there and have another chassis manufacturer at the front fighting for the victory. In the Tascaracing, Simone Corsi stepped down to that Tascaracing, and Federico Fellini will have a full-time ride as well for definite next season with the Tascaracing. Obviously, that was a one bike team for 2017 with Javier Simeon on it, but next year they're going for 2 bikes, and that will be Simone Corsi and Federico Fellini on the Kalex. In the Federal Goyle Gresini team, no change there. Jorge Navarro will remain in that team. He's been, to be honest, a bit of a disappointment, a bit of a letdown for me personally, especially with all the other rookies doing quite well. I mean, Quartararo's not done too bad. Bagnaio's done insane. And to be honest, Powie has done nothing either. But to be honest, I've expected more from Navarro, to be honest, this year. And hopefully next year he can give me what I wanted, kind of this year, and get the results that I think he even expected to get as well. So hopefully Navarro will be fighting for more top 10s, more top 5s a bit more often, and again, maybe just do what Sam Lowes did on that Gresini, win races and fight for podiums, race, weekend in, weekend out. Now moving on to Tech 3 Moto2 team. A very good 2017 for Tech 3 with Javi Vierge and Remy Gardner. Vierge, obviously, as I said earlier, is off to Dynavolt. So Bo Benschneider, the Moto3 Red Bull KTM rider, will step up into Tech 3. Obviously, it's going to be good for him because he's a very, very tall Dutchman. And when you're a very tall Dutchman on a very small Moto3 bike, it's a little bit awkward for him. So to get him on a bigger bike, I think, is definitely going to help him personally as well. And could maybe throw up an interesting few races if he can live up to what Javi Vierge's done. I reckon Benschneider could be quite good next year. He will be partnering current rider as well, Remy Gardner. He's staying where he is. He's not going anywhere. He will remain on the Tech 3 bike in the Moto2 class. RW Racing got brand new riders. Joe Roberts and Stephen Odendahl will step up into there. Joe Roberts, who we saw replacing Yoni Hernandez in the AGR team, and then Stephen Odendahl as well, we saw do a wild card at Aragon, and we've seen as well throughout the years come and go in wildcards as well. And he will be on the NTS. They will be on a brand new chassis for 2018, the NTS chassis. So be interesting to see how NTS do. You know, will we be able to fight the Calyx and the speed ups and the suitors? You know, kind of give them a proper fight. We'll have to wait and see. Moving on to the Petronas Sprinta Racing, they have a team in Moto3, and it was basically the Spang International Circuit in Moto3 that had that team, but now they're expanding into Moto2 as well and taking over kind of the current Petronas team. They've kind of taken that over, so Hazif Sayarin will be in that team still, but it is kind of under a bit of a different kind of management. It is the Moto3 team that currently run Norodin and Suzaki, and next year we'll be running Suzaki and Norodin as well. So they'll be kind of taking over the team. So it might be a bit of a different colour scheme for next season. We'll have to wait and see. But I think Siren will just keep on doing what he's doing and kind of impressing. So definitely think Siren, like I said, he will just keep on doing what he's been doing there for the last couple of years and see kind of how he gets on. Moving on to the SAG team, Jules Danilo will move up into the Moto2 squad from the Marinelli River Cold Snipers Moto3 team, which I think is quite a surprise really for me to see Jules move up, because I wasn't expecting Jules Danilo to go up at all, because he's not really impressed in Moto3 at all. But he's gone up into the SAG team alongside Isaac Vinales. So Isaac Vinales will remain at that stop and go team, and they will be running a Calyx for 2018. In the Italtrans Racing Team, again, no change there. Matteo Passini and Andrea Locatelli will remain on that team. Passini, very good year this year. Just needs to kind of stop falling off, really. He has had a few disappointing races, and if he can stay consistent, he will definitely be fighting for the championship next year. Andrea Locatelli, obviously a rookie in the 2017 season, and to be honest, again, he's been a little bit disappointing, but whether or not that's just not adapting to the bike or not, I don't know. So all of the rookies that have done pretty poor in the 2017 season, you would hope that they'd do a lot better in the 2018 season. So we'll have to wait and see what Andrea Locatelli can do in the 2018 season. Right, moving on to the final team on this list, and that's Honda Team Asia, the Idemitsu Honda Team Asia, sorry. And that will be Tetsuta Nagashima, who was on the VIP stop and go bike, I believe, for the 2017 season. He will be replacing Nakagami, because Nakagami's gone up into MotoGP. And he will be alongside current rider Kyril Edampawi, the Rainmaster himself. And he will be basically on that Honda Team Asia next year with Nagashima. So there we go. That's basically it for today. Let us know down in the comments. You would have seen throughout the video the little rider riding across your screen at the bottom. Basically just telling you to let us know down in the comments, what do you think the top 3 will be for the 2018 Moto2 Championship. I think it will be a very close fight between Mia, Bagnaia, Marquez, Oliveira, Binder, you never know, Sam Lowe's, Danny Ken, Quattararo. I reckon we could potentially have a fairly close championship next year, which Moto2's been lacking a little bit for the last couple of years. So there we go, that's it for today. If you guys have enjoyed the video, make sure you smash the like button, hit subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Until then, goodbye.